Hi, I'm Philip, Head of Content for the College Prep team here at UWorld. I'm here to talk to you about how to prepare for the SAT or the ACT over the summer. Over the next few minutes, I'll discuss what test is right for you, the importance of starting with a full-length practice exam, and what to do with the results of that exam. We'll talk about goal setting and what resources to use and how to use them. I know preparing for the SAT or the ACT is nobody's idea of a fun-filled, action-packed summer, but going to the college of your choice, landing your dream job, and not living with your parents for the rest of your life is probably pretty important to you. So, let's start with having a brief conversation about what tests you're going to be preparing for this summer. Unless you've already taken both tests, you're just doing some fine-tuning. I don't recommend preparing for both exams at the same time. There's enough differences between the exams to drive you crazy and cause all kinds of confusion. What test you should prepare for depends on several factors. I'll go into more detail in future videos, but for now, I'm going to break it down for you in this way. The SAT test is 50% math. ACT test, only 25% math. So if you're not a huge math fan, go with the ACT. If you're a science fan, that's great, but not the best reason to take the ACT. The ACT science section is really just a reading test with some graphs and charts mixed in. If you really struggle with time tests, go with the SAT. Some students find the ACT time restrictions pretty stressful. But which test is easier? Tough question. There are more perfect scores each year on the ACT, but both tests are going to have some crazy difficult questions that are probably going to make you abandon your college dreams and become a social media influencer. However, we both know you're not going that route. Your parents would absolutely kill you, and you're not good at taking selfies. After you decide on your test, I would highly recommend you start preparing by taking a full-length test. UWorld has 2 self-assessments, and we're adding a third later this summer. These took my content teams forever to make, and they're awesome. Whether you take one of our self-assessments or College Board release tests, taking full-length exams will help show you specifically what you need to work on. You're going to want to make sure you take that test under real testing conditions. I know this is going to be a huge beatdown, but you'll be glad you did it. Get that family to leave you alone for a few hours and get what you need, a calculator, a timer, etc. When you're done, take some time breaking down how you did. If you need to have a little pity party for yourself, then go right ahead. Crying always personally makes me feel better. Just do it in private, especially if you're an ugly crier. If you struggle a bit on the test, the good news is you've got tons of opportunity to bring up your score. It doesn't matter where you start, it matters where you finish. If you simulated real testing conditions, don't play the excuse game by saying things like, well, I didn't take my time on this test, I'll concentrate a ton more on test day. Or, I only missed those 8 questions in the reading section because I decided to watch that stupid cat video my friend just sent me midway through the passage. Remember, real testing conditions equal real results. As you analyze your results, you can make some decisions on what sections you really need to work on. What section is your strongest and which is your weakest? How was your timing, your testing stamina? But, most importantly, find some positives. For example, hey, as much as I stunk at punctuation in the grammar section, I'm great at those linear functions and geometry. Everyone is different, but for most, math and grammar are going to be the quickest way for you to improve. Of course, all sections take practice, and you're going to need to fill in some learning gaps. You've probably read or heard to get better at the reading section, all you got to do is read more novels, read more articles from the New York Times. That's it, right? No. You need to read more novels and more high-quality articles to be a more well-rounded, educated person. You need to complete a ton more high-quality SAT and ACT reading practice questions to get better at the SAT and ACT reading section. Once you're confident about where you stand and what you need to work on, decide what resources you're going to use. I'm not going to badmouth any other prep products, but I tell you why we are the best. 2 words: active learning. UWorld gives you hundreds of perfectly modeled questions to practice with, but that's not why we're special. Reading books or watching videos don't make you better at playing the piano, but playing the piano with the guidance of an expert helps you improve quickly. Think of us, UWorld, as the expert sitting right next to you while you're practicing. So you've taken a full-length practice test, identified your strengths and weaknesses, and figured out what materials, UWorld, you're going to use. But the last thing you need to do before you dive into prep is you need to set some goals. Tell the world how much you're going to study. what your score is going to be, and that'll motivate you much more to get it done. Practice a little each day, and don't beat yourself up if you miss a day. You should be looking to hit a weekly goal. Our UWorld content is perfect for this approach. Over time, you can complete all the questions in our QBank. You can set the difficulty level, you can select the objective you want to work on, and you can work a few math questions or a grammar or reading passage each day. If you get a question wrong, read that UWorld explanation. If you get a question right, but you guessed, read our explanations. If you get a question right and you didn't guess, read our explanations. You see the pattern? Make sure you go through those hyperlinks. Create some digital flashcards and keep a notebook of the things you've learned or the things that you want to review before test day. Repeat after me. Quality, not quantity. I promise, if you take your time and you go through UWorld's questions and explanations, you're going to learn a ton. You're going to be super comfortable with that test format, and you're going to build the confidence you need to hit your goal. A couple of side notes. Download the UWorld app on your phone. When you can't get to a computer or a tablet, your phone is a great way to get in some practice. Find a friend or two to go on this journey with you. There's strength in numbers, and your friends will help hold you accountable. And finally, when you're tired or frustrated and the last thing you want to do is prep for the SAT or ACT, close your eyes and imagine how happy you'll be when you get that college admission email or earn that academic scholarship. Come check out our forum on our website and feel free to post your study plans. If you have any questions, let us know. If you have any ideas for future videos, let us know that too. From all of us here at the UWorld Mothership, have a fantastic summer.